All right, we got to get you adjusted here. I kind of got the... There. All right. Hey guys, thanks for joining me tonight. What we're going to be doing is, I hope you guys are charging because I have you on the charger, but what we're going to be doing is we're going to be packing up this camper. Got as far as I can get on it, and it sounds like tomorrow Sam and I have some stuff to do inside. Thursday I want this thing packed up and good, but I have to do some other stuff, so I'm going to pack it up tonight. Yeah, so with that being said, we will get right to it here. So this is the first time really packing this thing up since I've done anything to it. And the big kicker is going to be, what do I do with with the tools that I have to jack up these right here. Obviously, I'm thinking they're going to have to go in the camper because it just is what it is. But got to make sure that all the tools go with, otherwise you can be in kind of a predicament. And the tools that I'm talking about, a little bit of pop. This is the tool that I'm talking about. This is my, this jacks up the scissor jacks that I put on. I also have to gather up all of the foot blocks as well. So, got to gather up all these, get this, put the step inside also. Got a lot of work to do. So in case you were wondering, what did we do to the camper? We got those jacks put on, all four corners of them. You can see them right, one's right here, one is up there somewhere. So we got all those put on. We got some of the cabinetry done. Sam and I pretty much came to a conclusion that we'll get this thing going, but next year we're getting something else. What that is, we don't know, but I think we're going to try to stay away from the pop-up and go with something else. I don't know what year, I don't know anything like that yet, but we pretty much decided we're kind of over this camper. Beautiful camper, in really good shape, but just not quite what we want. So we thought, we kind of sat down and we're like, we're sitting here remodeling this whole thing. We should have just went and bought one that we wanted or whatever. So, yeah. All right. We got a lot of stuff to put in here. Last night I did a lot of cleaning on this thing. On the interior, I did a lot of cleaning. Refrigerator that has to go back in. Oh God, this thing never gets any lighter. And unfortunately, I have to take the door out to get it in. So, there we go. Give me a minute here to get the door out. Pretty simple. Lift up on the roof. Do a little quick tab. Comes out. That's how that goes. Just have a little half door. Button there. There. Now we can get this puppy in there. Anybody on the chat? 8 people. Holy buckets. Hey everybody. We're getting this thing packed up. Thursday, I need it hooked up to the truck because I want to tow it to work and back and make sure that it tows good. I did tow it down the road and got it when I gave it a wash, but I want to take it at a little bit higher speed than 30 before I go and drive an hour and a half So, yeah. Oh. That's right. Right there. Whew, that thing never gets any lighter. Alright. I'm going to gather up my wooden blocks. These ones. Get them all put in there. Oh. I was out here the other day and found the Survivor Man DVDs that I had, so I've been watching those. I seem to have caught the beginning. Sweet. What's up, Zach? I'm Amanda. I've been following you and your dad for a few years. Love your videos and congrats on your marriage. Hi, Amanda. Thanks for commenting. We always like good, loyal subscribers. Yeah, I'm just working on getting this camper put down. I didn't really get as far as I was hoping to on the remodeling, but it is what it is. We're gonna go about it. Sam and I kind of, like I was just saying, Sam and I just kind of decided, like, we'll get this one all finished up with its remodel, but I think next year we're gonna be looking at something else. This one just isn't quite doing it for us, and it really never has. Plus, I'm kind of really sick and tired of this, having to walk around this thing like that. So, yeah. Whoa. These are, these came with the camper, but they're 2 2x6s on the back, and then they put a piece of plywood on the front, and they're nice pads for the feet of these little scissor jacks to sit on. Okay, so that is that. What else needs to go in there? Fridge. We got the fridge in there. We got the a lot of people drink alcohol out of this. This is just pop. You could probably put the tiki torch liquid and the tiki torches in there. Since the tiki torches pretty much go with us wherever we go, because bugs are everywhere all the time, and it's really nice to have an area that's kind of bug free with those tiki torches. Everything's behind the camper. Oh yeah, and that reminds me, the reason why I have to pack everything in before is because when they built this thing, they built it so when the top comes down, it overlaps that bottom door, this one. And so, unlike my last camper, when you need to go put stuff in it, you can't put anything in there while it's down. unless you want to unlatch it and lift it up a little bit. So I don't know if it's a safety feature or if it just, I don't know, but it's, that also kind of gets old. Because the other camper, we would pack a lot of stuff in there to get it out of the truck, but this one we can't do that with. Yeah, the Thermacell, I got one of those for goose hunting, and it works really nice. Make sure I get my car keys out of there. That would suck. Alright. I can put this air conditioning contraption in here too, I bet. No. No, I'll just put this in the bed of the truck. It's kind of, I don't think it would fit good in there. Okay, so those, we got the 4 feet. I'm gonna look, I got one bin over here that I want to see if there's anything in it. This right here doesn't necessarily have to go in the camper, but this is a tent stake puller, so you hook the tent stake and you rip it up. But on the front of this, it latches in to the bottom part when it's down, and this works well to get in that seam and pull it out, because otherwise you're risking your fingers. So this works really good for that. But otherwise, I think that's all the main stuff for this thing. Put this right in the door. This is important. There you go. And we're going to leave all the lights on. That way when we go to open it, when we go to plug it in, all the lights pop right on right away, which is really nice. Even though it's going to be daylight, so not a big deal, but still, it is nice. Okay. I'm going to go around the back side and do, oh yeah, I got to take out all these metal poles as well. So let me do that. I'm going to get this pushed in enough where I can walk around it without having to mess with it a whole lot. Probably have to go under it again. Ow. Alright. Got that started. Make sure everything looks okay. That big thump you hear, well, that would be the refrigerator. Because the refrigerator is like a tiny, tiny bit too tall. It's enough where it hits it, but not enough where it really matters. Okay. So there's this. I'll get the sides pushed in, then I'll sides pushed in, and then I'll drop down my jacks and go from there. That was the back side. Kind of angle you guys. What's going on, William? Forward. Hopefully you don't fall over. We're getting this thing packed up, William. I got a lot of little running around stuff to do the next few days, so I decided there's not much more that I really had planned for this. It's kind of where it's going to be for a bit. And I would really like to clean out the garage. Oh my goodness, would I love to do that. One. There's the other. Holes. Alright, this is going to be the fun one because we got to get it to go up over the refrigerator. Oh, perfect. Okay, so when we go to drop this down, you'll see in a little bit here, once I take the jacks off and stuff, when we go to drop it down, we drop down this front end first, and it locks in to, there's a metal piece on the top that comes down and just fits in on the front, and then the back side comes down and just latches real easy. We gotta take these jacks off first. I got this thing jacked up pretty high. I mean, the wheel's not even touching the ground. So I'm gonna start with the back. I kind of went overkill with these jacks as far as their size is. The weight for these is 5,000 pounds a piece. So technically this trailer could be 20,000 pounds and these would be able to work on it. So I went a little overkill on her. That's okay. I'd rather have too much than too little. But they were only $90 online, so they really weren't all that expensive. There we go. There's one. We'll just go with this as well. He's got a list. I'll go do the other side. We don't need this thing tipping over and taking me out. And it did come with the drill adapter, so I could do this with the drill if I really needed to. Power cord over here, I'll get that in a minute. Oh. This one didn't have much weight on it. the front. It's a lot of work doing this, isn't it? Scary full. Yeah, no, I like to be able to park the vehicles in here, and I can't park nothing in here right now. It's awful. I feel so bad. Like, this camper isn't bad on its own in here, but when you get the camper fully open, there's no room around it. There. That was easy enough. Alright, so those are all good. Now comes the fun part of dropping the front. So I'll take you guys off of here. I don't know how much battery I have, but hopefully enough. I'll get you guys set up over here. So when this comes down, these two pieces right here latch in to this piece right here. And it gets pretty sketchy in a way because you're dealing with a lot of weight. But it's manageable, just kind of scary. Take out our safety pins, that's how you know you're really getting serious. This is the fun, scary part. And you hope this, I hope I do this right every time, because otherwise stuff gets nasty real quick. Fits right in there. And there. That's the front of it. And that's honestly the way you would have done this back in 1980. 82, I think, is when this thing was built. So, there is this side. I still haven't undone the power. I probably should do that quick. Alright, get you guys here. I'm just going to go around and unplug that power quick. And we're going to tuck in the sides because, yeah, Sam and I are just ready to have we're just ready to have a full-size camper. Pop-ups are nice, they pull nice, they're lightweight, whatever. This one here I think weighs like 1,000 pounds at most. Empty, 1,000 pounds. But we're just ready for the next stage, you know, an upgrade. Because like, I'd rather have a crank up than this, because this is, on a hot day, this is like awful. Come on down. Doesn't sound too good either. It's a real finger catcher if you're not careful. And then you got to make sure that the cap, the lip on the top covers. My phone just beeped and said, you have 15%. So I'll get you guys back on here. You'd be surprised how quickly going live kills your battery. So, everything's looking okay. Looks like it's good on the front. We just have to get the back. And I'm sure when this thing was brand new, she was, perfect. But after all these years, let's see, 82, 92, 2002. Well, so like almost 40 years now. My math is right. This time of night. It's a long time. Nice. There it is. So I like to kind of put some safety stuff on here. Make sure it doesn't flip open when you're driving on the road. Ooh. Where did all my safety stuff go? I think it's on the bench. I gotta make sure the tires are filled up properly and stuff like that. I put the one on the back. I don't think this one fits on the front of the tongue. This one's a little too big. The redneck prepper said, when I was a kid, we lived in a Starcraft pop-up camper while the house was built in the 70s. WD-40 is your best friend. Yeah. It's a lot of springs in here. This is like a giant spring that helps lift it up. And if one of those goes bad, it's like $200. So it's almost not worth replacing. Okay. Just need doesn't have to be much. I mean, these never really loosen up or anything like that, but it's just kind of a precautionary type deal I like to take. Better to be safe than sorry, right? Trying to get some wing nuts here, hold on. Alright, so this is a little bit overkill, but that's fine. Just has to, luckily wing nuts are relatively easy to spin off of there, I guess. But yeah, I think a bunch of people asked questions about certain things on this, and I can't remember what they were. Oh, I thought it was funny. Someone commented, because I said we got the toilet. Someone commented, kind of a nasty comment, but about how, they would have never got that and blah, 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 blah. Their lady will just go out in the woods, and if you have to go bad enough, you'll go out in the woods or something like that. I thought that was hilarious. So I'm like, you know, waiting on when you and your dad will do mud bugging videos. Someone said, Merrick sauce. I like big butts and I can't lie. Oh God, Sam would laugh. She's always giving me a hard time about my butt. That woman. Alright, we gotta get the power cord put in. There's that. Okay, power cord's in, those are all up. Little jacks are in. Yeah, see, this won't open. I don't know if that's a safety feature or if it just is no good. Mud bugging videos. Jeez, I completely overlooked that. I'm not really sure. My dad's a pretty busy guy this year with all of the having Melissa up and everything like that. He is super busy, and I'm not just trying to blow smoke, but at the same time, he hasn't really been doing the mud bugging thing very much. So I don't know if he'll ever get around to it. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Who knows? Your guess is as good as mine. Okay. I'm just grabbing stuff that I know is going to come with us. That way it's all ready to go. Grab a GM, they said. You'll need oil. Although, I don't know, a lot of people commented and they're like, I would just get rid of your truck right now. I wish it was that easy, but the whole, thank you. I wish it was that easy to get rid of my truck. It's not like I'm upside down on it crazy, but I did get some of that stuff like the undercoating and the undercoating and then, you know, that whole package deal. Had to get gap insurance because it was a little over. All that stuff kind of put me over a little bit, not by much. If I wanted to do it, I could, but I just don't. The whole dealership thing, I don't know what I want. Honestly, what I would like is to upgrade and get something bigger. So, like, you know, 3/4 ton or a 1-ton truck. That way we could get like a 5th wheel. But I'm not into driving junk, so getting a truck that costs exactly what I am at right now, that truck's going to have close to like 180 as far as mileage goes. And if it's a gasser with 180,000 miles, that's kind of getting up there. So, you know, it's, I don't know. I feel like I don't have the want or need or whatever for it that bad. So maybe things will change, but right now I'm just kind of riding this one out. Hopefully it gives me many years of good service, you know. I have a couple things planned for it. The fuel consumption deal, that's kind of based off of the fact that it goes into active fuel management, which kicks it down to 4 cylinders. That, they say, is one of the biggest things for that fuel consumption. And I was just looking up last night. For $199, for $199, I can get this little thing you plug into your computer port underneath your dash, and it turns it off. And like the reviews on it are, it's a legitimate product. people don't believe in it, but people that actually do it, they say it works flawlessly. So I want to invest in one of those. That way it's always in just a regular 8-cylinder motor. That would be a huge, huge thing to do that. Because I would like to get it tuned out, but then you're talking 2 or 3 times as much. Whereas this way, when I go to sell it, I just unplug it. It leaves no trace, whatever. Let it go, it's fine. So that's kind of what's going on. Someone asked about the door. Yeah, the door on this model, for whatever reason, it doesn't open. The other camper we had, if you had it down, you could open it and put stuff inside. This one, I don't know if it's a safety feature. It's not really out of whack because nothing on here is sitting too low. It just doesn't open when you have it down. Probably like an anti-theft thing. Yeah. So I was looking at some of the Dodge 2500s with Cummins motors, and for that $20,000 or whatever, kind of around where I'm at, they have like 180,000 miles. So it really doesn't pay to get something that's could be just as unreliable as what I have, you know? Grab the fishing poles. Oh no. There we go. Grab these. All of them. Well, almost all of them. I think I have 1 or 2 lying around hidden. So all this stuff on top is going to be going in the bed of the truck. Trying to think. I probably need cooler. If not both of them. Grab that just to be safe. Coolers. What else? These have to go. I like to bring a couple of these. You just throw them on the ground or whatever. Actually, no, I take that back. I used to bring these. Now I have this. Sam got me this last year for my birthday. It's one of those RV mats. Put that on the ground. That way you don't get junk, mucky nastiness all over. Okay. Jeepers. So, yeah. I don't really know what else there could be to bring. That seems to be all of it. We got the fishing poles, stuff. We're going to get the canoe on here. Put that there, that little jug. I got the big jug to refill the little one. And so far I always grab the big jug. In fact, I bought that big jug. The next day my buddy came over and I redid his exhaust and his car needed a whole bunch of oil. So he put like 3/4 of that jug in his car, and then now I'm out 3/4 of a jug of oil, but that's what friends are for, right? Gotta help a buddy out, right? Okay. Sure me put this up there too. It's there. So, just trying to see if there's any little other things, but honestly, I think that is pretty much it. I think I'm going to take some time. Anybody got the time for Minnesota? Is it, should be right around 2:15. $220. Close. Get this garage picked up a little bit. Oh yeah. It's disgusting in here. This impact I got from Harbor Freight is like one of the best things I've bought from Harbor Freight. Like, it is perfect. It works so well. Can't believe it. Use the width. Kind of made a little contraption that I don't think I've showed you guys. So whenever maybe when we're up there, I'll make a video to show you guys that. But I made a little contraption you probably like. A nice greasy wrench over here. I had quite the ordeal with the scooter. I was messing around with the rollers the other day, and when I was doing that, I pinched there's a line coming off the valve cover that releases pressure that builds up in the case. I pinched that. And what it did was it caused it to build up a whole bunch of PSI in the crankcase. So last night I was driving home and I took a turn. The scooter fell over in the back of the truck. So today I started it up and I'm like, I'm going to open up the little oil fill to make sure that the gas didn't mix with the oil. Well, when I went to do that, it literally went all over the bed of my truck. Nothing but gassy oil. So got that all fixed. Realized that the line was pinched, causing pressure to build, and yada yada. It was a lot of pressure. I could not believe it, actually. That was crazy. Put a whole bag of kitty litter in the truck, in the bed of the truck, because it was so bad. Unbelievable. No good. I'm sure when Sam's dad comes up here, because he came up when we were on our honeymoon to watch the house, and he's coming up this weekend again. Every time he comes up here, this garage is just littered with stuff. And it's not by coincidence. This garage is always full of stuff. I have stuff, and it collects in the garage here. And so he likes to keep his garage nice and clean, for the most part, I think. And so this probably drives him nuts. But I guess that's why it's my garage, right? I like my tools. I probably have more tools than he does. I don't know. Maybe. I'm sure it looks kind of like that. They're just clean people. This is where my messes come to real life. Can't wait to see the fishing camping video. Yeah, it'll be fun. It will be really, really fun. Yeah, I can't believe you guys are still watching. This has to be boringer than hell. Oh. Yeah. Okay, oh man, that's heavy. Stupid air. Working up front here. I just built a bunch of oil on the garage floor. Oh man. Sometimes I wonder if other people struggle like I do. Not sure. Every day is a struggle, but I figure it out. That's what makes every day so great. Okay. Kind of move you guys over a little more. There we go. Sweet, sweetly sweet. Move around all the kitty litter. This week's been nothing but mopeds and camper related stuff. It's just been that week. It's real good. Good time. I got these really cute lights from Melissa. Oh. There you go. Oh, what happened? What did I do? I think that's right. Maybe the batteries are dead. Oh, there they go. Yeah, those are so cute. You hang them. I'll bring those up there too. She said people use those all the time for campers. She sees it all the time. So she got us a set, and I used them ice fishing. Now I'm finally going to be able to use them camping. I got them for Christmas, so that's why. You guys unplugged. Now they don't tug on the cord here. There you go. Switch up angles here. 50 minutes. 50 minutes. I'll find a spot for you guys. Like that. There you go. And we got a good view here. There you go. Just getting stuff moved out of this corner so I can stuff moved. Around. Anyone want some gas? Got a little dish of gas that I washed stuff in. Dump that over here in this container of stuffs. Gotta have the container. Hold that stuff. Na 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 na. Was that a Beatles ditty? Just a bunch of junk all over the place. I got those night crawlers the weekend before we went on our honeymoon. Went on our honeymoon, so 3 weeks. Or sorry, 2 weeks. Then another week went by and I went fishing again, so 3 weeks, and they're still alive. They sat in the refrigerator the whole time. Do you believe that? They said that it was Canadian night crawlers. They're pretty tough worms. I didn't touch them for 3 weeks. No water, no food, no nothing. They survived. They might still be alive, I don't know. But I'll just get some new ones. Yeah, that was a Beatles ditty. That was Hey Jude. Yeah, you're right. Hey Jude. I completely forgot what the heck you were talking about. Oh, got a cot? No, no, no. Hey Jude. Probably be about it. I'm going to just get this little bit area. And then tomorrow I will continue on with this whole project. Essentially I got to hook the camper up, get the canoe on the camper. And all the stuff that's on the camper is going to have to go to the floor here. Right in here. Oh man. Shimmying stuff around. Alright. I'll let you guys go because you're probably bored out of your mind. But thanks for watching, guys. And I will talk to you later.